news.
Well, spooky season has you a little nervous about Tua, but he's only a few days away from his first NFL start. And he says he's approaching this game the same way he has approached the entire season.
I think my leadership plan is just to be the same, the same Tua I've always been. I don't got to go out yelling at guys. That's just not the way I lead. I'm just going to be me.
The Dolphins host the Rams Sunday at 1 Eastern
How about
on Fox.
this? Smart guy just texted me. He said, why did they give everybody a heads up they were playing him? Why wouldn't you announce it Friday night? Why did they give everybody
I think it kind of leaked, actually.
All right. Just thrown out to me by...
What's the theory behind that?
Well, why would you ever give your opponent a heads up? Hey, we're playing Tua. Have them think you're going to play Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think it probably would have just leaked out.
All right, that's fine. Okay, sure. Just thrown out there.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think it would have leaked out that they were preparing.
Yeah, because Tua's
he
is kind of a star without playing yet.
Yeah. I'm not as nervous as you, and I wasn't as high on Tua in the draft as you were. I was much higher on Joe Burrow. I had Tua and Herbert about equal just because there was so much criticism of Herbert, but I put him up higher. I understood it through the season, but I put him up higher after the bowl game. My concern with Tua was the injuries, because there were multiple injuries. Everyone just focuses on the hip injury, but there were multiple injuries with Tua. And then the critique of Tua is that he tries to be more athletic than he actually is. He tries to make athletic plays that he shouldn't be making.
He's not really who he is.
He should be throwing balls away when he's trying to scramble. He's not as fast as he thinks he is. And in the NFL, that's not going to work, because even the worst defense in the NFL is still in the NFL. Excuse me, and they're extremely fast.
The worst NFL defense is significantly better than the best SEC defense ever. Ever. By a mile.
But yes, that whole conversation of like this college team could beat the worst
Oh
NFL
God,
team.
don't start. I'll get a headache talking about it.
They would beat them by 150 points, and that's just because closer to the end of the game, they would be tired.
Half of Alabama's draft picks don't play in the NFL much. They don't work. How many stars in the NFL are Bama guys? Like six, 7, 8. They've had 100 guys drafted. There's 8 Alabama stars.
It's a nonsense argument, but I am excited to see what Tua can do. And to the point of everything that we're talking about today, this is why it's so important that you play Tua at this point. I think the clock started with Herbert when we saw him and how great he was playing, because he was taken after Tua in the draft.
Yeah.
This is the year that you play Tua. It was a nice start. You got Fitzpatrick. You got the ball rolling. They're 3-3. It's a perfect point in the season to transition. This was always going to happen. You have to find out what you have in Tua, because if he's not what everyone thinks he is, if he's not what the Dolphins think he is, wouldn't you rather know that now than waiting an entire year with Fitzpatrick?
Of course.
What value does it bring the team for Ryan Fitzpatrick to get the Dolphins a wild card spot, to then most certainly lose in the first round?
Right.
You're not building that momentum with Tua. Now, if Tua gets them to a wild card game, that's a different conversation.
Oh, no, now you're feeling good. Hey, we got the guy.
Right, you got the guy.
Boom.
But if you do that with Fitzpatrick, what did you learn? Fitzpatrick had the best year of his career? Great.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the quarterback of the future. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's a great weekend of football. Some really big games this weekend.
There's a Rams-Dolphins game. I think it may be my favorite, because I think it is.
You have Steelers-Ravens?
Hey, let me tell you, that. Browns-Raiders, upset alert. Browns-Raiders, upset alert. Daddy may bring out the wallet. I may bring out the wallet. I like the Raiders a lot this weekend.
Blazing 5?
Oh, it's already done.
Okay.
I may add Blazing 8.
Nothing has gone right for the Jets so far this season, and as the trade deadline approaches, a report surfaced that second-year defensive tackle Quinnen Williams was on the trade block, but Adam Gase shut that down. He said those rumors are false, and that Williams is going to stay with the Jets. For being an absolutely abysmal team, we have talked about the Jets a lot this season.
Yeah, I think
a lot of that has to do with Sam Darnold, obviously.
Yeah.
And, they are in New York, so there's something to that as well. But now, also, because they've been so bad, we are having the conversation about if Trevor Lawrence should go there. Or use some of his leverage to go somewhere else. And obviously, he came out this week and said, he's not sure what he's going to do, which is the right thing to say. Like, no one thinks he's going back to Clemson next year, and he shouldn't.
Can we stop blaming players in New York? Why are players always blamed for everything? Quinnen Williams is off to a slow start. He's not a bad player.
No, absolutely not.
Develop him. That's called
developing.
developing.
Pick by the Jets in 2019.
God, it's always the player's fault in New York, never the coach's fault.
No, the trade deadline is Tuesday. Big Tuesday, huh? Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. But Joel Klatt made some really good points yesterday. Not to take Joel's side or anything, but he did point out that the Jets overall isn't as bad of a situation when you really look at what's going on there. Like, you have 11 picks in the 2021 draft.
Oh, no, they got draft picks.
Including 2 in the first rounds. If they take Trevor Lawrence, they're going to move Sam Darnold, so they will get a first rounder for Sam Darnold and likely other picks as well, maybe 1 or 2 other picks, obviously later. They have $81.9 million in cap space in 2021. That's the most in the NFL. And they have Joe Douglas, who has won 3 Super Bowls. So it's actually not the most dysfunctional situation. Like, to his point, Joe Burrow was in a worse situation going to the Bengals, and we've seen what he's been able to do with the Bengals. And don't pay attention to the record. They're playing better. They're making steps to improve. We don't think Adam Gase is going to be there next year. I really think what the Jets do this offseason will determine whether or not that Trevor Lawrence situation plays out. If they end up with the number 1 overall pick, obviously. Like, we're assuming they're going to lose most of the rest of their games and be the worst team and at the top of the draft. But it is an interesting situation when you look at the front office and how they are set up with the cap. So the Cowboys are trying to stay positive despite starting 2-5 and suffering many key injuries. But Michael Irvin is not so optimistic. He made a bold statement about the state of his former team.
I believe the Cowboys right now may be the worst team in the National Football League. I don't even know how to explain this. This is just an all-time low. I know the Jets look bad, but the Jets were expecting to look bad. The Cowboys had people really thinking, including myself, that they were ready to be Super Bowl bound, and they've been a super bust.
Yeah, Nick Wright liked them. I just did. They were an 8-8 team to me. I don't see it.
I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl last year, but that was also me kind of trying to manifest the best Super Bowl of all time for Fox because we had it.
Yeah.
But that is, I still think that they will win the division. This weekend obviously is a big game for them, as is every game now at this point. If they're trying to win their division, which is not an accomplishment this year. Like, whoever wins that, like, congrats, you won the NFC East. It's the worst division in football, but depending on what team does it, what does it look like? Like, to me, the Cowboys winning the NFC East might not actually be the best thing, because then you might get convinced if you're in the building that you're doing the right things.
The best thing is trade one of those receivers by Tuesday. That's the best thing to do.
I don't think that they will, but I completely agree with you. You have a surplus there. Make some moves.
Yeah. And if it's tomorrow, you clear some cap space next year. Good stuff. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line News.
Why won't the Cowboys make a move? It's Jerry. I've got some thoughts on that coming up. Push yourself to the edge. Go beyond. Seek discomfort. No pain, no gain. All of that is true, just not in your pants. What? Let's get real, like real comfortable with Tommy John underwear. From working hard to playing hard, when you start every morning in Tommy John, you're much more comfortable, so you can do everything a little better. They don't have customers at Tommy John. They've got converts. Breathable, lightweight, moisture-wicking fabric, 4 times the stretch of competing brands. Comes with a non-rolling waistband. Legs never ride up, covered. With their no wedgie guarantee. Best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Try them now. Don't love them. It's free. Not kidding. That's the rule with Tommy John. Get 15% off site-wide right now. All you have to do is go to TommyJohn.com/herd. What I wear, TommyJohn.com/HERD. Start every morning in a better place. Moves with you, not against you. Best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free. Guarantee.